Hey my little inferno, so today's video is an easy tutorial perfect for beginners or anyone who's wanting to learn or expand more in their makeup and their skill set. And we'll be using a product from Mayron, which I absolutely love, and this product is called Sin Wax. I don't know if you can see it very well on the camera. And this is an amazing and easy product to use, and if you don't have Sin Wax, don't worry, because you can make your own scar wax, and I'll tell you a little bit about that in a separate video. So we're going to be using our adhesive first, and we're just going to be applying a part of it on palm of our hand, and then once we've applied it to the palm of our hand, just like so. We don't need a lot, we only need a little bit. And so there's our spirit gum going onto the palm, and now we're just going to tap, a small tapping motion, and this will help the spirit gum become tacky, and it'll help the Sin Wax stick a lot easier. So once that's all tacky, and it's starting to look very tacky now, which is the perfect base for applying any form of scar wax. So I've already worked on this one a little bit because it can be quite a hard product to actually mould. So before the video I did actually form it into a ball just so it was easier and quicker for the process of the video. Now we're rolling it into a little snake, and I love calling them little snakes because they look like little snakes. And now that we've applied the Sin Wax to the palm of my hand, I'm just going to get the end of my tweezers, the nice sharp end, and all we're going to be doing here is we're going to be pulling the Sin Wax down onto our palm of our hand just to help make it seal it and make it blend into our skin more. And it's a nice and easy technique. You don't really need to have the most amazing skills to be able to do this. Just remember that as long as it blends into the hand, you'll be fine. And with it being nice and soft as well, it is making it a lot easier for me to be able to do that. As you can see, I'm just pulling the sides down onto the palm of my hands, just like so. And then you can slowly see that as the thinner it gets, the more it blends into the skin. And that's all blended. And I didn't actually have any Vaseline or body oil, which is what I usually use. So I improvised and used the jelly gloss from Revolution because it still had a nice texture to it, and it actually worked really well, which I was surprised about. So I might actually use that more. And it's travel size as well, so you can just stick it in your bag too. So even if you didn't have any Vaseline or any body oil, just use something like a clear lip gloss and it works perfectly. So now I've rubbed in the edges and blended them in more, and this just makes it a little bit more transparent so you can't actually see any edges or where it's been applied. And we are getting the tweezers again. Well, they're not tweezers, they're more like you put your false eyelashes on with them. And we're just going to run it straight down the centre of the cut. And make sure you've got some sort of Vaseline or body oil or lip gloss like I used, just so you can actually make that incision and then it's not sticking to the appliance that you're using for it. And now we've got a nice open cut, and we'll just blend that little bit out there. As you can see, it's nice and open and it's very smooth. And how easy was that, just to run tweezers through it and you were done. This look probably did take about 5 minutes to do, but with recording and everything else, it did take in total probably about 15 minutes. So depending on how fast you are or what you're doing in the meantime. It depends on how long the process of doing it is. So now that we've done that, I'm just going to go in with a little bit of my cool tone eyeshadows, and this is just going to help fix it a bit better and make it easier for us to be able to get the desired colour tone and help match the sin wax to the colour of my palm, just so it doesn't make it look obvious that we have applied it to our hand. We want it to look a bit more realistic. So I'm just dabbing it all on with a beauty blender, and this was a real cheap beauty blender as well. I know I say I don't agree with them, but it was 60p, so you can't complain at 60p, can you really? So once that's all done, we'll go into a darker colour, and this will just help bring a bit more depth into the centre of the wound and help give it more of an abrased effect around where it would get cut and where we would have the trauma damage to the skin. We'll just speed it up a little bit for the blood, and I love using this blood. It's Miron coagulated blood, and it's one of the best bloods out there, especially if you want to have the different gradiences and different thicknesses of blood in any of your looks. It's very nice because it makes it look like it's clotted a little bit more than other bloods. You can get scab blood as well, which is also another fantastic blood to use because it's very coagulated as well. I went in then with my stipple sponge, and I was just stippling certain areas because it's not going to be clean, it is going to be slightly messy. And then we're just going to top up certain areas with a little bit of blood just to make it look a bit more realistic. And then voila,